All right. Thank you for joining us today for the State of the County with Judge KP George. I'm Matt Brazil, the chairman of the Central Fort Bend Chamber, and this is King Banerjee, the chairman of the Fort Bend Chamber. We are proud to partner together as your host for today's event. At this time, I'd like to recognize our sponsors that help to make this event possible. Our title sponsor, Costello Inc., a Pape Dawson engineering company. Our platinum sponsors are Kelsey Siebold Clinic and New Quest Properties. Our presenting sponsor, ABHR, AutoArc Architects, and Omega. Civil Corp LLC, GFL Environmental Inc., Hewitt Zollers Inc., Ivan Asina Foundation, Jamal and Smith Construction, Johnson Development Corporation, KCI Technologies Inc., Othon Engineering, PBK Architecture, PGAL, Planned Community Developers, and the Sugarland Office of Economic Development.
Thank you, Matt. Now our event underwriters, Aguirre and Fields, BGE, Binkley and Barfield, DCM, Bowman, EHRA Engineering, Frost Bank, Geotest Engineering, Half Associates, Houston Association of Realtors, Fort Bend, Houston Community College, HR Green, Inc., Calusa Incorporated, Linebarger Law Firm, Memorial Hermann, Sugarland Hospital, Nino and Moore, Satterfield and Ponticus Construction Incorporated, Terracon, U.S. Global Fuels, Wolpert, and Zaranek Engineering Services Incorporated. And finally, thank you to all our corporate table sponsors. We appreciate your involvement and generous support. Now, I would like to ask everyone to please stand and welcome Pastor Childress from the Covenant Glen United Methodist Church to lead us in prayer. Afterwards, please remain standing for the invocation, for the posting of the colors, the national anthem, and the U.S. and Texas pledges.
Let us pray. Loving God, thank you on behalf of all gathered here today. Thank you for your abundant blessings. Thank you for life itself, for the measure of health that we all need to fulfill our callings. Thank you for the ability to be involved in useful work in this great county of Fort Bend, and for the honor of bearing appropriate responsibilities granted unto us. Bless this event. Continue to grant all of us as public servants and citizens and businesses with wisdom, gifts, graces, and integrity to fulfill our calling to make Fort Bend County, or continue to make Fort Bend County, a peaceful and prosperous county. Bless the leadership, bless the food, the fellowship, and this program. In your gracious and matchless name, amen.
Thank you, Pastor Childers. Now, the Fort Bend County Sheriff's Department Honor Guard will present the colors.
Color guard. Oh. Left face. Present colors.
We are pleased to have Victoria Torres, a student from Morton County Junior College, to lead us in our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. O'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Can I go here? All right, please remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance and the Texas Pledge. At this time, I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Now the Texas Pledge of Allegiance. Honor the Texas flag.
Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
All right, folks, please continue to enjoy your breakfast now. We will begin our program very shortly. Sorry.
Hello, everyone, and good morning. My name is Kim Socklaven, and I'm with Costello Engineers of Pape Dawson Company. And it is my pleasure this morning to introduce to you Fort Bend County Judge K.P. George. As the county's top elected official, Judge George presides over the Commissioner's Court, which oversees the county's more than 3,000 employees and nearly $500 million budget. Additionally, he serves as the director of the Office of Homeland Security and Emergency Management. Judge George is the first Fort Bend County George of South Asian descent. Prior to running for public office, George was a board-certified financial planner in Sugar Land. His passion for education and cultivating leadership in children led to his decision to run for Fort Bend County Independent School District School Board, on which he served 2 terms from 2014 to 2018. Faith and family are priorities for Judge George. He is married to Sheba George, and they are the proud parents of 3 children. As the executive of one of the fastest growing and most ethnically diverse counties in the United States, Judge George believes in caring for those who are vulnerable, creating a climate of hospitality and making Fort Bend County a place of opportunity for everyone. Please help me now welcome Judge K.P. George.
This is our Fort Bend County.
This is our Fort Bend.
This is our Fort Bend County.
This is our Fort Bend.
This is our Fort Bend County.
In the heart of Texas lies Fort Bend County, a bustling region with a thriving population of nearly 900,000 residents. With its remarkable growth rate of nearly 3% in the past year, Fort Bend County proudly holds the distinction of being the 8th largest county in the state of Texas, a testament to its allure and appeal. One of the most ethnically diverse counties in the nation, Fort Bend County is the blueprint for the nation on cultural diversity and cultural participation by laying the framework to strengthen democracy, advocate for tolerance, and promote social cohesion. The county has flourished under Judge K.P. George's leadership. Overwhelmingly re-elected for a second term on November 8, 2022, with over 52% of the vote, Judge George's commitment to Fort Bend and his unwavering dedication to public service has made a profound impact, not only within our county, but also garnering attention across the state and the nation. Judge K.P. George and the Commissioner's Court exemplify leadership, fostering a sense of unity throughout the region by strategic decision-making, have been instrumental in shaping Fort Bend County's growth and success. In the wake of the COVID-19 pandemic, the county faced unprecedented challenges. Understanding the impact on local nonprofits, Judge George, along with the Commissioner's Court, was quick to take action by allocating $22 million made available through the American Rescue Plan Act to assist nonprofit organizations, enabling them to continue their crucial work and address the critical needs of the community. The judge's commitment to public safety, transparency, and accountability is evident through his pioneering efforts in establishing the county's first body-worn camera policy for law enforcement officers funded by the county. Recognizing the importance of economic development for the growth of Fort Bend County, Judge K.P. George championed the creation of the first county's operated Department of Economic Development. Throughout his tenure, Judge George has spearheaded initiatives that have made a significant difference in our community. One of the most pressing issues in recent times has been homelessness. Judge K.P. George and the Commissioner's Court have demonstrated exemplary leadership in addressing this emergent need, advocating for resources and programs to provide support and shelter to those in need. Additionally, as the head of the Office of Homeland Security and Emergency Management, Judge George's collaborative spirit is evident in his work with the Commissioner's Court, state authorities, and federal government when addressing vital infrastructure and natural disaster mitigation projects in the county. By forging partnerships and leveraging resources, he has ensured that the county remains resilient and well-prepared in the face of potential challenges. These accomplishments and more are a testament to Judge K.P. George's unwavering dedication to the welfare of each and every resident of Fort Bend County.
Thank you. Good morning. I want to thank Central Fort Bend Chamber for hosting this event. 5 years ago, we started this event with maybe 300 plus attendees. And this morning we have, as you can see, a record number of attendees. And I promise you, you have an amazing story of strength. We have an amazing story of strength, resilience, tremendous growth. And future is looking very promising in Fort Bend County. I have been fortunate to have a great county leadership team with the vision that consistently delivers excellence, transparency, and integrity in local government. I would like to recognize my friends and my fellow commissioners at this time. And if you could flash the light, I wanted to introduce our Precinct 1 Commissioner, Vincent Morales. Where are you, sir? Thank you. Precinct 2 Commissioner, Commissioner Grady Prestis. Precinct 3 Commissioner, Commissioner Andy Myers. Precinct 4 Commissioner, Commissioner Dexter McCoy. If you don't like something I did, these are the people you should ask what happened. Just joking. And so I'm very pleased to report that we work together, analyze effectively, address the challenges and opportunities in our county on a daily basis. Now, I would like to ask all the elected officials attending this morning, this event, please stand to be recognized. And next, I would ask our county executive directors, please stand to be recognized. County executive directors. As many of you know, my journey from a little village in South India to this great nation and to Fort Bend County Judge's Office is a story of grace and blessing. Every day I feel honored to have this opportunity to lead our great county during some unprecedented time of our lives. And my gratitude first goes to my good Lord, God Almighty, my family, my staff, and my residents, and each and every one of you here today this morning. And I appreciate you. And we can all proud and confident in the state of Fort Bend County today. It is blessed with a diverse and talented population, a strong law enforcement and criminal justice team, great schools, a key location, and plenty of natural resources that make this wonderful place we all call home. And even as we have grown, we still retain a small town appeal of a tight-knit community where neighbors still care for each other. In order to know where we are going, it is so important to know where we are coming from.
Fort Bend County's story begins with the flow of the Brazos River, carving a path of life and prosperity through the heart of the county. Fort Bend County holds a rich and diverse history, originally inhabited by Karankawa Indians. The colonization of Texas under grants from the Spanish government in 1822, Stephen F. Austin's original colony of 300 families set foot on these fertile grounds, setting the wheels of progress in motion. In 1837, the Congress of the Republic of Texas incorporated Richmond and 18 other towns. In the antebellum era, slavery played a significant role in the development of plantations. Fort Bend County was among the state's largest slave populations. By 1850, Fort Bend was one of only 6 counties in the state with a black majority. During the era of Reconstruction, African Americans in Fort Bend County made substantial strides in political representation that included Benjamin Franklin Williams, a former slave, Methodist minister, and first elected black state representative in Texas, laid the foundation for Kendleton, one of Texas's earliest freedmen's towns. Men like Mr. Walter Burton served as sheriff and tax collector, while Mr. Shade Kroom became the Justice of the Peace for Precinct 2. Additionally, Mr. Tom Taylor held the esteemed position of commissioner.
African Americans were able to buy land. They had their own businesses. Some of these businesses, blacksmiths, some of them had cafes, some of them had rodeo arenas that they displayed. We also had a Baptist association here in Kendleton.
However, the years following the Civil War were also marked by uneasy compromises between political parties and office holders.
Folks come around they want to challenge this practice. It goes all the way to the U.S. Supreme Court, and they win. And the Jaybirds are no longer able to hold elections that are just for white people anymore. It opens up county politics to everyone. The Jaybirds slowly fall away, and slowly over time, our county politics have become more diverse.
The arrival of railroads in Fort Bend County marked a turning point in its history, as new towns and communities began to sprout along the railroad lines. Among the many towns that emerged in the 1890s, Beasley, Needville, and Orchard stand out as testaments to the dreams and aspirations of these Central European immigrants. Missouri City, Stafford, and Rosenberg developed along the rail lines. In the early 1900s, the landscape shifted once again as the discovery of oil transforms Fort Bend's economy and brought a new era of prosperity with discoveries of oil and gas. Fort Bend's economy soared, and the region underwent rapid industrialization. Beginning in the early 1970s with Houston's expansion, Fort Bend saw new growth. In the last decades of the 20th century, Fort Bend was among the fastest growing counties in the United States.
Diversity of thought and experience that we have these days here in Fort Bend County, that we're the kind of most diverse county, I think, in the country. We're almost equally divided between white and Asian and Hispanic and black populations, which is amazing. I'm excited by the support for historic preservation that we have here in our county government. I don't know that all Texas counties can say the same. So that excites me, and I'm appreciative of it.
Today, I am proud to present the remarkable achievements of Fort Bend County. Our county has been dedicated to fostering economic development, growth, public safety, infrastructure, transparency, and efficiency, all of which are utmost important to me. We should not forget the foundation of our current success started with unimaginable challenges bestowed upon us in the form of COVID-19 and our unprecedented and relentless response to it. Our current unemployment rate in Fort Bend County is around 4%, and our total of around 406,000 people are employed in the county. Our commercial sector has seen an astounding 74% growth last year, fueling economic prosperity and contributing to the overall well-being of our community. Gross domestic product of our county is standing little over 33 billion. This substantial GDP growth reflects the diverse range of industries and businesses that have chosen to call Penn County home. Our major employers are in the area of residential construction, engineering services, healthcare, and energy sectors. These sectors have contributed significantly to the economic growth and development of our county, allowing us to remain robust in the face of changing economic landscape. We recognize that the strong economy creates foundation for a prosperous county, which is why the Commissioners Court have taken significant steps to attract businesses, support entrepreneurs, and nurture a variety of industries significantly. Technology to foster innovation and collaboration for the betterment of our county. We continue to strive to make Fort Bend a place to live, work, and play. But I have to admit the fact that more than 65% of our workforce drive to Houston for employment. We wanted to change that trajectory, and that can only happen if we attract various industries and job opportunities right here in Fort Bend County. In terms of infrastructure, we are collaborating with the various public-private partners improve our existing infrastructure and future projects, including drainage, mobility, other investment that substantially improve the quality of life of our residents. And that initiative include, currently our Commissioners Court and I are working together with GLO and other partners more than $57 million in various drainage projects. As you all maybe already know, Commissioners Court is working for a 2023 mobility bond, which is around $700 million, which we never had that big of a number. But I just wanted to say this: every project mentioned in that list of projects, we couldn't remove any one of them because our growth is warranting. Our growth is asking for more improvement. Mobility is number one priority because that is part of the quality of life I am talking about. And along with that, a $153 million 2023 park and recreation bond also Commissioners Court is considering. Broadband initiative is something I wanted to mention because when I visited Washington, D.C., I heard that President Biden's initiative is to have next 10 years, all the U.S. household is going to have broadband connection. And we want to make sure our county, every resident, whether you are living in Sugar Land, whether you are living in Kendleton, they have access to broadband. That is something Commissioner's Court is taking very seriously, and we are working on to make sure that is a reality in Fort Bend County in the near future. We approved the creation of Fort Bend County's Texas Public Facilities Corporation to help provide workforce housing for the middle and low-income families. We have attempted to address the ongoing teacher shortage in Fort Bend County with funds being allocated for a teacher training pipeline program. Creating an industrial development opportunity committee is another example of our Commissioner's Court proactively acting to attract more industrial investment into our county. Honoring our diversity is a top priority for my office. So we have organized various cultural and ethnic events in Fort Bend County, which include Juneteenth recognition, AAPI celebration, Chinese New Year, Fort Bend Iftar, Diwali celebration, Hanukkah, African American and Hispanic Heritage Month celebrations, LGBTQ event, and many more, to celebrate the richness of our community's diverse background. Supporting and investing in our youth is a vital part of what I try to do in Fort Bend County. That's why 3 years ago, me and also Commissioner's Court graciously approved a summer paid internship program above and beyond countywide internship and youth leadership program, which already existed, all to demonstrate our commitment to providing learning and leadership opportunities for our youth, empowering them to shape a brighter future for Fort Bend County. Today, I'm proud to present these remarkable achievements of Fort Bend County in various critical areas.
Bend County's explosive growth can only be explained by the collaborative efforts of county and city leaders, residents, faith leaders, businesses, and nonprofits. By working together, the future couldn't look brighter. Fort Bend County, as part of the greater Houston area, has experienced unprecedented growth over the past 10 years. So what's the secret behind Fort Bend County's remarkable success? The answer lies in the power of collaboration. The county and city governments have worked hand in hand with residents, faith leaders, businesses, and nonprofits to create a united vision for the future. Education is key. Fort Bend County proudly stands as the home of the highest educated population. This distinction is a testament to the county's commitment to providing its residents with top-tier educational opportunities. At the core of Fort Bend County's educational success are its largest and highly rated public school districts, which have garnered recognition not just within Texas, but also across the entire United States. In addition to its exceptional public school system, Fort Bend County boasts an impressive array of higher education institutions. These include the Houston Community College System, Wharton County Junior College, Texas State Technical College, and the University of Houston Sugar Land, which adds further dimensions to the educational landscape of the region.
In terms of our partners with Wharton County Junior College, HCC, Texas State Technical College, and the University of Houston, our young people have many opportunities and a lot of options to get very good, high-tech, high-paying jobs that are feeding the needs of our business community here. And I think it also attracts businesses to come here. I'm very pro Fort Bend. So our K through 12, our school districts here have historically drawn people to our communities.
Staying ahead on technology and innovation, Fort Bend's Texas State Technical College recently announced a specialized program in robotics and industrial controls technology. Such initiatives highlight the county's commitment to embracing cutting-edge technologies and preparing its students for the demands of the modern workforce. Furthermore, the University of Houston, Sugar Land, has recently made strides in expanding its technology division.
For our 5th building for our Division of Technology within the College of Engineering. So we're going to be bringing all of our technology programs specifically to Fort Bend County.
Fort Bend County's leadership has played a pivotal role in fostering growth and development. Through strategic planning and sound policies, they have created an environment that attracts businesses, encourages innovation, and enhances the overall quality of life.
A lot of due diligence and research into different communities. So in Houston, we saw tremendous growth in demand in the area. So one of the things we want to do is continue to expand. So during the due diligence, during the research period, worked in Fort Bend County, we noticed that there's a very healthy labor pool. There's a lot of people who want to work for Amazon, and then we also have a lot of customer demand. So a great combination of all three things provide a perfect combination that wanted to make us invest here at Fort Bend County.
But the success story of Fort Bend County wouldn't be complete without the active involvement of its residents, faith leaders, businesses, and nonprofits. Their unwavering support and dedication to community development have been the driving force behind this extraordinary transformation. When faced with the COVID-19 pandemic and recovery, it was for Judge George and the Commissioner's Court's resilient approach that provided solutions. The initial focus and actions were based on providing direct relief to businesses and addressing the health consequences. Monies provided by the federal COVID-19 relief funds provided nearly $130 million in various areas, including the Small Business Grant Program, Small Business Accelerator Program, HGAV RRR Loan Program, We All Eat, Child Care Voucher Program, Rental, Mortgage, and Utility Assistance / Emergency Rental Assistance, Assistance to Cities, and Nonprofit Grant Program. These initiatives have provided much-needed support to our residents and businesses, offering hope and a path forward. Through the small business programs, Fort Bend has provided emergency assistance to more than 2,750 businesses, distributing over $20 million for small business programs through the ARPA program, committed over $1.2 million in ARPA funds to our Small Business Accelerator program, served as a mentor program for minority and women-owned small businesses. Dr. Laura Spencer-LaCroix is a graduate of the Small Business Accelerator program, and she says it saved her business and breathed new life into it.
So I felt after and during the COVID-19, because I was very scary, I felt like I needed something to kind of reinvigorate me and inspire me and motivate me to kind of reinvent the business, because I felt like things were going to be a lot different after we returned and opened our doors. So I felt like I needed a professional venue where I could go out and seek the advice, also meeting like-minded people where we could talk about different issues affecting small businesses and kind of bouncing ideas off of each other so that we could learn how can we open our business and sustain it through the times we were going through. And I'm so thankful that Fort Bend did do the program for their businesses in Fort Bend because it was very necessary. Obviously the grant helped. The money was a big help when trying to just maintain expenses because everything has gone up. Employees, supplies, all of that. So it really helped us to keep our footing and keep the practice the way it was before COVID. So I'm very thankful.
Through the Infrastructure Investment and Jobs Act, IJJA, Fort Bend has invested in various aspects of infrastructure, utilized up to $25 million for road and bridge improvements, created green space on FM 762/10th Street Extension, $6 million on the 5th Street Storm and Drinking Water projects, $6 million on wastewater treatment plant in Kendleton, broadband expansion, $17 million on the Big Creek Watershed Project to improve water quality by characterizing, identifying bacteria sources, and developing a TMDL, total maximum daily load for the watershed. Looking ahead, the future of Fort Bend County couldn't be brighter. Sprawling across this vibrant county, new master planned communities are taking shape, creating havens for families to thrive grow and build lasting memories. But it's not just homes that are rising in Fort Bend County. The heartbeat of progress echoes through the county as new businesses fueled by innovation and driven by ambition are establishing themselves. Among them, the highly anticipated Epicenter stands tall, a symbol of prosperity and a promise of exciting opportunities.
We thought we were building a facility that at 10,000 seats would accommodate a few times of the year. We have many events that will fill up the Epicenter now, and that's how fast this market is growing. We are the fastest growing county out here, and to have a facility like this now, I can tell you, we're changing the traffic pattern on Highway 59. It's a beautiful thing to see for a lot of us that have been here a long time and raised our families here. For years, traffic would go from Fort Bend County to the city of Houston or to Harris County. We're going to start seeing that traffic come out to Fort Bend County now. And it's going to be a wonderful, wonderful thing for this community to share this environment with other people.
The true strength of Fort Bend County lies in its people. A diverse and united community embracing the values of collaboration, compassion, and growth. With a united front and a shared vision, this county is poised to continue its upward trajectory, ensuring prosperity for generations to come.
As we celebrate Fort Bend County's Thank you. As we celebrate Fort Bend County's remarkable achievements and economic growth, it is essential to recognize that success does not come without its own challenges. Our county faces issues that demand our attention and compassion. One pressing concern is need for a shovel-ready industrial site with essential infrastructure to support economic growth and attract new businesses. We understand the importance of providing favorable environment for industries to flourish. This includes investing in roads, water, drainage, power, broadband, and rail spurs that will enable businesses to operate effectively, efficiently, and competitively. Another challenge we are actively tackling is to issue homelessness. While Fort Bend County have seen unprecedented success, growth success, we cannot overlook the struggle faced by some of our fellow residents in Fort Bend County. To help our residents in need, I spearheaded an effort with the help and support of my Commissioners Court other members. We allocated around $4.5 million, the resources we have received through federal COVID-19 assistance for a transition or temporary housing center in Rosenberg to serve those experiencing homelessness. This initiative represents a significant step forward in our effort to address homelessness. And we are excited to collaborate with Attack Poverty and other nonprofit organizations in making this center a reality. We are going to collaborate with Texas Workforce Solution and other community partners to train these residents and provide skills to transition them to our society as self-sustained citizens. I'm honored to have Brandon Barker from Attack Poverty join us today to share a few words about this project, this exciting project in Fort Bend County, how it will positively transform the lives of our residents in our community. I will invite Brandon. Thank you. And I will ask you, this is an exciting moment in Fort Bend County because we have never done something like this. We never even thought about doing something like this but at the same time, you live this every single day and you have seen the need. And give us some of the numbers of those who face homelessness in Fort Bend County. I know that is mind-boggling. We never thought about it.
Good morning, Judge. Thank you for having me. And you're right, homelessness can affect all of us. We're one moment away from potentially losing our home. And as you mentioned, we have a rate of poverty at about 14 to 16% here in our county. And we know that 17,000 homes, households are at risk of losing their home at any moment because they live at 30% below the average income median in Fort Bend County. We also know that throughout the county, through all of our school districts in the county, nearly 6,000 students are considered homeless every day and do not have a safe place to lay their head at night. So these are the numbers that we are dealing with, looking to seek to address as we look at homelessness in our county.
Sure. And Fort Bend County's homelessness, maybe we always say that it looked a little bit different, a little bit different than any of our neighboring cities, counties. Can you explain why?
Yeah, unfortunately, we're seeing this increase every day. We know the difference between chronically homeless individuals and situationally homeless individuals and families. And so, individuals can hide in plain sight, and we are working with other agencies and nonprofits to address chronic homelessness. However, situational homelessness is driving up because of inflation, loss of job, change in family situations, domestic violence, or, even transitions that happen for individuals as they age out of the foster care system. These are teachers, law enforcement, emergency responders, frontline workers all across our county that are at risk of losing their homes. And we want to make sure.
Too, right?
Yeah,
Some of
soldiers, veterans, we're
Veterans.
working with families every day. So we are excited about the opportunity to address these issues so that individuals can flourish in Fort Bend County.
Thank you. Thank you. Um, what element of addressing homelessness will attack poverty? And you have a lot of partners. This is not a one group doing it. What kind of assistance you will be providing, or your vision?
We're looking at short-term and long-term solutions to address these realities. We've been humbled and honored to pull together alongside the county and high-rated nonprofits. We built a collaboration of nonprofits within our county to address this, and that we have been working hand in hand with each other to do that, along with key stakeholders and county agencies to address these issues. And we've come up with a 3-phase plan, and we're very excited that the first phase of this plan is to incorporate a housing and family service center with nonprofits under one roof, addressing homelessness, helping individuals to walk towards flourishment. And we're going to be purchasing a property right in Rosenberg. It's a church property. It was once First Baptist Rosenberg. We're looking at purchasing that property. We're moving forward with that. We'll have 44,000 square feet that we can retrofit. And in that, we'll house nonprofits, have short-term housing, and help people get on their feet and move forward and take those next steps. And we're really honored to do that.
Thank you, Brandon, for all you do to make
Thank
our
you.
county a better place. And we are anxiously waiting for that opening day.
Yeah.
Because that is something to celebrate. And that actually shows Fort Bend County, as we celebrate all our successes, but we are not forgetting those who are in need.
Yeah.
Thank you for what you do.
Thank you, Judge.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Finally, we cannot forget our furry friends. Our local animal shelter, a place that should provide shelter for these animals. It is completely overcrowded. And to address this issue, we are pursuing to create a countywide or regional animal services center. And we are communicating with our commissioners court and also our leaders, other jurisdictions, which include cities and other jurisdictions. We are going to bring everybody together because this is something we have to address in a timely fashion. So we will be taking care of that also moving forward.
So some of the challenges that we're facing here at Animal Services is being overcrowded. We're challenged by trying to get these animals out. Unfortunately, they don't stop coming in. So because of the amount of animals that we keep receiving, at this point, our animals we're at overcapacity. Unfortunately, we like to say that we are 200% over capacity, because at this time, we normally can probably house 90 animals, and at this time we have around 210. So these animals are divided in and out cages, and then if you were to come to the shelter, you would see that a lot of these dogs are even in the black crates that people have kind of at, in home just for temporary housing, but these animals are actually having to stay there. It's not just a Fort Bend issue. I mean, it really is across the country. So the ideal shelter would look like being able to be all in air conditioning. At this time, this shelter here is not air conditioned. We do have heaters, but in the heat, in the summer, we have no relief. We have fans, but we need air conditioning.
As we embark on this journey into the future, I'm honored to have the people who make Fort Bend County what it is today. And let's listen their vision and effort for our future. I will at this time invite our newly created Economic Development Department Director, Carlos Guzman, to come up and share few of his vision for this county moving forward. Carlos?
Not for you guys, it's for this. Okay, it's not gonna work. Good morning. As Judge George mentioned, my name is Carlos Guzman. I'm the Director of Economic Opportunity and Development. Perfect. I have the honor to work in various communities throughout the state. In that time, I've worked in communities that are mostly built out with no more room to grow, to communities that are racing to keep up with all the new growth. I have seen firsthand how each require a different playbook. Thankfully, Commissioner's Court is forward-looking and in 2022 began to update the county's economic development playbook. In the last 12 months, County Commissioner's Court took decisive actions. The first action was to create a brand new Economic Opportunity and Development Department, which I'm honored to lead. The main task is to ensure that the county remains a place that people want to live, work, and play. This is only possible by working closely with our economic development allies throughout the county. As we understand, economic development is a team sport. As I mentioned earlier, I've spent over 20 years doing economic development. We can say without hesitation that Fort Bend County communities have some of the brightest economic development professionals in the state. We work as a team to ensure that we are moving forward together. The second action was the approval of the first ever comprehensive economic development strategic plan in conjunction with our friends at the Greater Fort Bend EDC. This plan will serve as a roadmap. The consultants have met with over 150 stakeholders from around the county and the region. Once completed, it will give us a roadmap to ensure that we are targeting the correct industry clusters where the county has a competitive advantage. This is a key initiative as we double our population and reach 2 million residents in about 20 years. Yes, the county will add another 1 million residents. Imagine having another 1 million residents trying to go to work, school, or just go about their daily lives. We see it not as a challenge, but as an opportunity. Thankfully, the actions of Commissioner's Court and the cooperation taking place within our communities will ensure that the county has a seat at the table. As I like to tell folks, if you're not at the table, you're on the menu. Well, folks, we're making sure that the Fort Bend County is at the table and not on the menu. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Carlos. Thank you. Thank you. At this time, I will invite all this person is in the forefront of all the development, what is happening in Fort Bend County. Our county engineer, Stacy Slavinsky. I will invite him to share what is going on in Fort Bend County. Thank you, Stacy.
Today, I stand before you with immense pride and excitement as we embark on a journey of next-level growth for Fort Bend County. We have achieved great milestones, and the future holds even greater promise. One of the key pillars of our growth strategy is the development of an intelligent transportation system. With video feeds and the ability to control traffic signals from multiple county facilities, we will be equipped to respond swiftly and effectively to any situation that arises. Construction is set to begin in early 2025, marking the start of a new era for transportation in Fort Bend County. Our dedication to public safety is evident as we assist emergency management and IT in the development of the state-of-the-art camera system. This system will enable us to observe evacuation routes in areas of frequent flooding, ensuring that we are prepared for any emergency that may come our way. Phase 1 is comprised of 6 locations and is on track to begin construction later this year. Our achievements are a testament to our dedication and hard work. By adding 36 road miles this year showcases our commitment to our growing infrastructure. With 2,168 total miles of currently maintained by Fort Bend, we are paving the way for better connectivity. Moreover, the completion of 79 plats this year and nearly 10,000 permits issued in the past 12 months demonstrate the tremendous growth potential in our region. Our mobility projects, roundabouts, and traffic signals have transformed the way people travel through Fort Bend County. With 100 traffic signals and 17 new signals being designed, we are ensuring smooth and safe flow on our roads. Additionally, the 35 existing roundabouts and 27 more in the pipeline will further enhance traffic flow. As we celebrate these accomplishments, let us remember that this is only the beginning. We are committed to continuous improvement by working with various departments to streamline the permitting process by creating a unified online permitting system. Our collective effort will pave the way for a more efficient and effective county administration. Thank you for your support as we forge ahead with the next level of growth for Fort Bend, and together there is no limit what we can achieve. Thank you.
We know that in Fort Bend County, it is important when people move here, public safety is one of the top priority. Public safety is in everybody's mind. And we just want to make sure Fort Bend is Fort Bend always been one of the safest place to live, and we wanted to keep it that way. If you hear anything else, we wanted to hear from our very own district attorney, Brian Middleton, to come forward and share his thought about public safety and other issues in Fort Bend County. Brian?
Thank you, Judge. I don't know about you, but sitting here in this presentation, I feel inspired. I am proud to be a resident of Fort Bend County and proud to be your district attorney. And I'd like to thank the commissioners and our county judge for moving Fort Bend County forward. Your presence here today is representative of this county being united. Fort Bend is truly united and we're headed in great direction. So the question is, do you feel safe in Fort Bend County? Now, before you answer that, I'm going to tell you you should. Okay? And I mean that sincerely. We're a part of the largest metropolitan area in the state. So we'll never be crime-free. But I'm proud to say that 2 of the safest cities in Texas are right here in Fort Bend County. And that's Fulshire, rated as number 2, and Sugar Land, rated as number 9. That is reflective of the law enforcement in our community and the collaboration that we have with our community members. We have people who, when they see something, they say something, which just is a force multiplier that helps us to be more effective. Now, the other great thing that the sheriff's office has done, if you want to know what crime is going on in our county, you just simply go to their website. They have the statistics there on the website, and you can see real time where the crime hotspots are. The other thing is that we've been very proactive in fighting crime. You probably saw recently Operation Hawthorne, which was an operation put on or initiated by my office in collaboration with the U.S. Marshals Service and other agencies in our community. And we took 50 violent offenders off the street. So we will continue to perform operations such as these. Since 2019, we've conducted 9 human trafficking operations and made 215 arrests. I can tell you that at my office, our motto is the best in Texas, and we work very hard to make that happen. We have 83 prosecutors, 21 investigators, and 60 or so staff. And not to my own horn, but it's significant that last year in 2022, I was elected as the prosecutor of the year for Texas. And that was because of the hard work of the men and women in my office. And I see I'm running out of time, but I just want to tell you that we've already tried 40 jury trials this year. We're working hard and will continue to make Fort Bend County the greatest county in in Texas, and the safest county in the state of Texas. Thank you.
I'm hoping now you don't ask me about public safety in Fort Bend County. My job is to support Brian and our sheriff, so on and so forth. At this time, you all know that one of my top priority when I came into office is Office of Emergency Management. We wanted to make sure we have a vibrant Office of Emergency Management, and we have a state-of-the-art facility now, thanks to our Commissioners Court and their support to make that happen. And we will continue to engage our citizens. We are always going to be prepared, but you never can prepare enough. So we wanted to hear from our Office of Emergency Management Manager, Greg Bobst, what kind of preparation he is making to make sure our county is ready for any kind of emergencies. Greg, thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Judge. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It is a pleasure to be here and have the opportunity to fill you in on all the exciting things at Fort Bend County Homeland Security Emergency Management. The last 12 months have been busy, and we've had a lot of accomplishments. Our number one goal was getting settled into the new state-of-the-art Emergency Operations Center. This EOC has an operations center that would challenge any operational state center in the nation. With all the technology, the team has been vigorous in learning and training on its capabilities. The new EOC has a tremendous amount of infrastructure to allow us to maintain a high level of situational awareness throughout the entire county. So what does that mean? Situational awareness is the ability to collect the correct information, analyze it, project what appropriate actions are needed to better assist in managing emergency disasters. As we build on the process of gathering critical information, we have new projects on the horizon. One is to establish the ability to have one platform for all live footage from traffic cameras, drones, helicopter feeds into the Emergency Operations Center. Yes, Big Brother's watching. Traffic camera projects will monitor roadways that are highly prone to flooding. Having the ability to monitor the status of these roadways will significantly reduce the amount of time needed to update public and roadway closures and deploy resources as needed. Our office has been diligently working with Fort Bend County IT to establish an ArcGIS mapping, which provides platforms for organizing data by creating interactive maps. I call it the source of information. Those maps have been used to clarify locations of road closures, shelters, cooling centers, points of distribution sites, and even the areas of fireworks shows for the public. My crystal ball. Settling into the new EOC did not hinder accomplishments. One of the most notable completing the 0305 Type 3 All Hazard Incident Management Team. We brought in every department, involved a week-long of training, involved all participation of multiple county departments. It was an opportunity to train and educate new EOC employees and refresh training of those seasoned employees that we have, and thankful to have them. This training enables them to better prepare, support large-scale or complex operations within the county. As we progress, the Fort Bend County Office of Homeland Security and Emergency Management will continue striving and improve to grow. It is our current goal to complete the Emergency Management Accreditation Program. This program fosters excellence and accountability in emergency management programs by establishing credible standards in peer review and accreditation process. As many have heard through probably social media, the news, our partner, KDISD, and the Sheriff's Office on an active shooter full-scale exercise. The exercise simulated an active attack at a high school to evaluate emergency response. It took 8 months to plan this effort, over 1,000 first responders and volunteers to execute. It was an extremely hectic day, but tremendous success. The emergency operation is the hub of coordination. We continue to grow, partner every day. As our motto states, we will prevail in the heat of disaster. Thank you.
Thank you, Greg. I just wanted to add a side note, and I accidentally, forgot to mention one of the most important people who worked so hard behind the scene to make this today's event possible is Fort Bend Chamber of Commerce. Curry, I'm so sorry. I just forgot to mention that. Please have a round of applause. And you heard from, when it comes to public safety, you heard from our district attorney, Brian Middleton, and of course, every law enforcement agency work together hand in hand to make that thing, a public safety, a top priority and they make our county a safe place. I just wanted to invite from the Sheriff Department, Assistant Chief Deputy Zamora. Please come up, sir, and talk about how you are engaging to make our county a safe place. Thank you, sir.
Good morning. Sheriff Fagan is a bit under the weather this morning and extends his regrets for not attending. However, he asked that I pass along a few words on his behalf and on behalf of the 789 good men and women of the Fort Bend County Sheriff's Office. So the Sheriff's Office is seeking a firearms range, driving track, and training facility to improve the proficiency of officers on their basic skills. So a facility dedicated to this training has not existed in Fort Bend County prior to this date. Mental health continues to be a high priority. The Sheriff's Office recently implemented a grant-funded pilot crisis counselor program with embedded Texana health professionals in a dispatch center. This is a 2-year project that advances the focus on crisis management, referral, treatment, diversion, and supportive care for individuals in our county. Through justice assistance grants, domestic violence investigations, and multi-agency collaboration on human traffic and illicit narcotics trafficking have improved, so arrests in these areas have increased. The strategic plan for the Sheriff's Office is to fill first responder vacancies and grow to meet the needs of a more populated county. So public safety in these areas has grown. Transportation, increased growth in the industrial complex, new school construction, new housing, multi-unit complexes, and business growth. So the challenges is policing in the U.S. is suffering an exodus of employees from law enforcement, and there's a diminishing interest in public service. So policing is no longer attractive to many. So to address this, we're focusing on community-oriented policing and attracting employees with technical and computer skills. So employees of the Sheriff's Office have worked diligently to improve public safety and quality of life in our communities. Some programs are Kids and Cops, the Citizens Police Academy, the Citizens Review Board, Juvenile Justice Advisory Council, and efforts to engage our communities through programs like National Night Out, all of which have been very successful. So through effective local collaboration with our local and federal law enforcement agencies, Sheriff Fagan's work as the vice chair of the high intensity drug trafficking area helps accomplish more with less. The new crime reduction unit, the body worn camera project, new computer-based training opportunities, and making the best use of modern technology, such as use of license plate recognition systems and camera systems, all of which help keep Fort Bend County safe. So the Sheriff's Office is in good shape and improving. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Another person I'm going to be inviting, a person who touches everything we do in Fort Bend County, and that is IT department. I just wanted to invite our IT director, Robin Dottie, to explain how we are working towards the next future and beyond even, right? Robin, come on up.
Good morning. Technology plays a huge role in moving Fort Bend County forward. The last year has brought several technology accomplishments. We facilitated the deployment of body-worn cameras, tasers, and fleet equipment to our law enforcement officers. And recently, we launched a new enterprise jury management system where jurors can now respond to the jury summons from the comfort of their home. Another huge accomplishment was onboarding 14 newly elected officials sworn in on January 1st of this year. We reassigned over 100,000 cases to the new presiding judges, configured 9 judicial courts, set up network accounts, and deployed equipment to all new elected officials and their staff. Our current technology initiatives include an AV upgrade for our judicial courtrooms and commissioners' courtroom. You may have noticed some of the changes we've implemented with captions on Commissioners Court live stream. Broadband is an important initiative supported by Judge George and Commissioners Court. Our goal is to provide affordable broadband services to residents and businesses. Another initiative is our jail management system upgrade. We want to modernize the technology used in the sheriff's office and integrate the data with our court case management system. We have several initiatives planned in partnership with county offices to provide better customer service to residents and visitors. Implementing contact center to give customers the ability to interact with offices via web chat or text messaging. We have several ways to utilize generative AI. ChatGPT is pretty popular right now. We can use AI to answer frequently asked questions in high call volume offices or auto-generate email. We have also partnered with our Human Resources Department to deploy a countywide recruitment, e-learning, and talent management solution. Our 87 team member department received 33,468 requests for services from 70+ departments and offices over the last year. Judge George joined us at our last IT town hall to recognize the team. We couldn't achieve these accomplishments without the team you see pictured here. Lastly, I was honored to receive the Houston CIO of the Year Enterprise Award. The IT management team joined me in being recognized by Judge George and Commissioners Court members. Their support enables us to continue to provide technology services to departments and offices that serve the residents and visitors of Fort Bend County. Our mission continues to be move Fort Bend County forward. Thank you.
Last but not least, as you all know, today's our success have a lot to do with our Health and Human Services Department and its relentless pursuit or relentlessly getting out and taking care of the COVID situation in Fort Bend County. And without them and our partners in, our medical partners in our community, we would never got where we are today. And so I just wanted to invite Dr. Gail Lau, our HHS director, to come and share a few words.
Thank you, Judge George, and good morning, everyone. So it is my pleasure to highlight Fort Bend County Health and Human Services progress and the benefits of public health for our residents and county. This past year, Fort Bend County Health and Human Services presented our first community health assessment in 15 years called a CHA. The survey results, which we published in April of this year, identified 5 top health priorities. They are mental health, obesity, cardiovascular diseases, prenatal care, and housing. Healthy communities do not happen on their own. We must mobilize collaboratively to address these top 5 priorities in order to increase the quality of health across Fort Bend County. The Community Health Improvement Plan, or CHIP as we call it, also published in April of 2023, informs our community and stakeholders about multi-sector strategy approaches to address these health priorities and the health disparities that contribute to them. With that, we encourage the community and stakeholders to review our CHA and CHIP strategies by visiting our website at www.fbctx.gov/CHA. Our Environmental Health Division has instituted efficiency and improvements for permitting and regulations of new commercial and food businesses. They've increased community health protection by adding regulations for pool safety, and soon we'll be adding more resources to protect the community from vector-borne diseases. Our department efforts center around prevention, empowering individuals through immunizations, community outreach, education, and engagement. Promotion through collaborating with stakeholders and residents to promote healthy choices for nutrition, sexual health, and mental wellness. and protection by ensuring community safety from emerging diseases, public health threats, and protecting vulnerable populations. Fort Bend County Health and Human Services' future is exciting. By building on our progress and mobilizing engaged stakeholders together, we can become a healthier, more resilient community. Thank you.
Fort Bend County has been a beacon of hope, growth, opportunity, and prosperity. And we are committed to ensuring that these pillars remain steadfast in the coming years, or I should say the years to come. We thrive to shape Fort Bend County through a collective, collaborative way. And also we wanted to make sure our community is put in the forefront at every step of the way. Each one of us plays a pivotal role in building a thriving, inclusive, and equitable Fort Bend County. In short, our goal is to continue to make Fort Bend County a better place for us, our children, and generations to come. And I just wanted to give before I conclude, I just wanted to make a special announcement. I'm so happy to inform you that next year, we are going to be celebrating this State of the County event at our new epicenter, we plan to do it on April 18th. And we look forward to seeing you all there. And thank you for being here. And I wanted to get you out of here before 9:30. Now you have 4 minutes. You could take it. So thank you for being here. And I really appreciate it. I hope today as you're leaving from here, I hope you are as excited as I am about Fort Bend County. Thank you.
All right, folks, on behalf of the Central Fort Bend Chamber of Commerce and our Fort Bend Chamber of Commerce, once again, a hand for our judge, KP George. In closing, let me mention just a few things that we have going on at the Fort Bend Chamber. On September 13th, we have the Future of Education with TEA Commissioner Mike Marath at Safari, Texas Ranch. On September 14th, we have the 4th annual Fort Bend Future Technology Expo at the University of Houston in Sugar Land. September 21st, we have the 2023 State of the City, Missouri City at Quail Valley Golf Courses and City Center. On September 28th, we have the 2023 Fort Bend Infrastructure Conference in partnership with the Central Fort Bend Chamber at Safari, Texas Ranch. Matt?
All right. And for the Central Fort Bend Chamber, on August 28th, the Central Fort Bend Chamber Golf Classic at Sweetwater Country Club. September 26th, Future of Workforce and Education Luncheon at Anchor Bend Church. September 28th, 2023 Fort Bend Infrastructure Conference in partnership with the Central Fort Bend Chamber at Safari, Texas Ranch. We hope you enjoyed today's event. Thank you again for coming. And thank you to our sponsors. I'd like to also acknowledge our arrangements were provided by HEB Richmond Market. And the arrangements go home with whoever's been living in Fort Bend County the longest. Thank you all. Have a great day.